Hey guys, it's your body code practitioner Emmanuel here in Salt Lake City, Utah. I just want to do a really quick video. Discover Healing event was absolutely amazing. The Energy Healing Essentials event in Las Vegas was fantastic. If you haven't gone, you should go. I think you can actually buy the live stream, so you can actually watch it afterwards. You'll probably see me ask a question at the end about openness to healing. But if you've been there, go ahead and comment below if you were there at the event. Why am I going? I've been there, I think this is my 6th time going. A lot of people ask, why do you keep going to these events? Is because there might be something very, very small, something very minuscule, or a couple of little gold nuggets in there that you have never heard before due to the fact that someone asked a question, a healing demo that's done by Dr. Brad or Josh. You just never know what you're gonna find. So I'm always taking massive amounts of notes. I have lots of notes from it. I got the VIP ticket. Why? Because I wanna make sure I get the slides afterwards. I also have all the video archives so I can watch it later on. And so it's a very, very amazing situation where I get to learn more about what the top people are doing. I think it's very, very important to continue learning. Now, there's 4 things, well, actually, there's 3 different things I wanna share with you today. And really all it just encompasses in one. It's muscle testing, but kind of like how to release energies from someone's body. Now, I've noticed that there are multiple ways you can do this. And I think it's very, very important to know in regards to the work that we do using the governing meridian, which a lot of people know what this is. Obviously you can use a magnet on yourself, but I wanna share with you kind of like 3 other different ways that you can release energies from somebody else. And this isn't something that I made up. This is obviously done in Chinese medicine, but also Dr. Brad and Josh were talking about this, especially in this very interesting situation where he says, if you're someone like myself who sometimes does email sessions at a Starbucks or email sessions at Denny's, and I was that one person who, to be honest, didn't really care that I was swiping my head. Now, I don't know if they thought, oh, this person's autistic, or I don't know what they were probably looking at me, with much respect to autism. But the reality is they definitely looked at me a little bit differently because I kept swiping my head while I was, plus I was using my hands, like what's going on with my hands and what's going on with this, and now I notice I can just do this hand thing below my desk so no one sees what I'm doing, so I can kind of keep that in discreet. But what are other ways that you can do this work publicly and you don't have to do this anymore? And so I want to show you 3 different ways that I learned at the Discover Healing event, that this might help you who's someone that I would love to be able to work out and do this work around my friends and not have them look at me weird. Or I like to do this where my arm doesn't get tired. Is it possible your hand gets kind of annoyed by doing this all day? Or, so obviously the biggest graduation or preface before I go into this is that I used to use a magnet all the time, but really your fingertips have enough magnetic energy with your intention, with love and gratitude that you want to release this, have the same effect as using a magnet. So you can use a Niken magnet, they call it Mag Boy. There's other different types of magnets. There's a 0-point energy pen you can use to put over, it's a really cool thing. You can use it over your head as well. Or we just bought emotion code charts. You can use the back of the emotion code chart that has a magnet on there that you can buy at Discover Healing. Or you can just use your hands. And typically from now, within the 2 years in, I finally graduated to the hands. The reason why is because a lot of people were saying, a lot of body code practitioners were saying, hey, still holding on to that magnet? Hey, still doing that magnet thing? And I realized, I'm like, they're picking on me and I'm gonna fix that. So then I just go ahead and started using my hands, and guess what? Same results. It's very important for you to kind of claim that too, to be like, no, maybe it works better with magnet, maybe it works better. As soon as you do that, watch, you be careful what you believe in, because that will become reality. So if I say this hand thing has the same or better results than magnet, that's a good place to start with your mindset. And so that's number 1. But there are 3 different ways to do this in public places, and hopefully this helps you out. Number 1, they were talking about the hand, and that how in Chinese medicine, for example, this would be the 2 legs here. These 2 things here. This is like the 2 arms, and then here's the head and the neck. You see how this is kind of like, like a person, right? So like 2 legs sticking out. It's not like we're sitting down and we're like our hands are just out. These are the 2 arms, and then this is the head. So what he would do is he would actually, use a finger. This is one way to do it. Is you can just go from the top of your head, like, back to the spine and clear it like this. So if we were releasing an inherited emotion, how many times would we do it? We would do it 10 times, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And if you check, did I release that? You will get a confirmation, just as good as this as well. So that's one way, is to use your hand, the back of your finger. Now, obviously you don't have to go like this. I could just put this on the table flat, and I could just rub my hand really quickly. And Dr. Brad was making a joke about it. It's like, maybe he loves feeling his hands, but you could do that below a table and no one knows you're doing it. You're just rubbing your hands, and you're actually releasing an energy from someone else via proxy. Second way to do it is in your ear, and my mother taught me this because she was a very open-minded oncologist. You have like sort of a baby, like a fetus inside the ear. Like there's like picture an imagery of a fetus inside the ear, and people use acupuncture points. In fact, she used to use this kind of like a thing that would kind of do like a quick pinch to some part of my ear, and it would vibrate. It would kind of like pinch like that. And whenever I said, "Mom, I have pain in my leg," she would say, "Here, let me look at your ear real quick." She would look at the book, and there'd be these points, and she would go in there, and she would affect some area of that baby in the ear, and all of a sudden my leg would feel better. Well, technically the head would be over here, and then the spine would be on the back of the ear. So if you want to release another energy here, you can also do it over your ear, kind of doing this. And this is the same as doing this, because again, you're over here is the head, and down the ear is the spine. So you're doing this, so you can clear it that way as well. So that's the second way you can do it without doing this. And the third way, which Josh talked about as well, is if you close your eyes and you're energetically seeing yourself going like this, you're just energetically doing this, you can also clear it as well. So if you close your eyes and you said, all right, 1 swipe, 2 swipe, 3 swipes, and you're just energetically picturing yourself doing that and say, did I release it? You could also get a yes as well. So those are 3 different ways. I wanted to let you guys know that for some reason, if you're working on someone, you can close your eyes and then do 3 swipes, and they're like, did I release it? Yes, you did. So you're not even moving your hands anymore. So those are 3 different ways. You might want to try it out and see if it works for you. But these are 3 different things that I love how Dr. Brad and Josh brought that up, that these are different ways to release an energy besides typically doing the governing meridian, either with a magnet or your hand. You can either use this method, or you can use the closing your eyes and picturing yourself swiping with love and gratitude, and then asking to release that, and the body would say yes still. Hopefully this kind of gives you some tips. When you're working, you can kind of switch it up while you're working with people, or if you're in public, if you're doing email sessions, you can use any of these methods, and this will help you along your journey. So go ahead and comment below which one you thought was kind of an interesting way, and which method you might want to try this week. And feel free to comment below any insight that you've got from this video. And again, as usual, go ahead and feel free to set up a complimentary session down there if you haven't had one yet. We are starting from now on. Our practice does do a $39 complimentary session, so it's kind of like your first sort of intro session. There will be some healing involved, but we're kind of doing away with the just free session. Now on Fridays, I may be doing some sessions where I'm going to do some free healing online at Facebook. But you want to follow me on Instagram, because on Instagram I'll post it. So follow me, instagram.com/Emmanuel Zavaios. Just look for me there. I probably have around 3,000 or like 2,000 something followers. Follow me there, and I'll post when I'm doing these free sessions. So if money's super tight, you might catch me on Friday. Otherwise, you can go ahead and book below. So with that, love you guys. Hope you're having an amazing week. I will be sharing some powerful insights from the Discover Healing event, hopefully to help you out in your practice, or if you're someone who is a client, hopefully this helps you out so you can do some self-healing on yourself. All right, take care, guys. Bye-bye.